Forward to the next speaker, Mr. Akash, the director at Add Laundry Concept. He is a successful entrepreneur who has established, managed, operated, and diversified the business of laundry in India. In many ways, a forward thinker and a pioneer of laundry in India. He is a promoter of Add Laundry Concept, and he has a rich experience of over 18 years in the service industry with super specialization in the field of laundry. And he is also a technical committee member of HEALTEXPROF Scheme. Today, he is here to tell about the outlook on practical implementation of HEALTEXPROF Scheme. Over to you, Mr. Aga, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Karthik, for the introduction. I would like to express my gratitude to all the forums and committee members who put this webinar together for us today. And thank you to all the participants for taking your time out from your professional and familial commitments on a wonderful Saturday, almost evening. I promise to keep it short and crisp, and not make it, too complicated for this evening. Yeah. So most of the participants here are perhaps, and I'm assuming, are from the medical field. And when we look at some of the studies which say that a lot of nosocomial infections are happen in the laundry, and I would want to take this opportunity to touch upon some key elements which would help us, keep the infections at bay, nosocomial infections at bay, as well as help us improve our efficiency, in terms of processing the laundry. So the first thing, and I would like to share the screen here, so it's just easier for you guys to understand. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So one of the important design criteria that we should keep in mind when we are, setting up a new laundry is to have the soil area and the clean areas separate, right? And for that, we need to have a physical barrier, maybe a wall or a partition, as you can see in this picture here, to keep both these areas separate from each other. Now, this helps us keep, the soil separate and the clean separate, so that the infections from the soil linen do not cross over to the clean linen. All right. This also plays an important role, in terms of how you are going to define your workflow, because you do not want any overlap or crossover of the soil linen into the onto the clean linen. All right. Most modern day equipment like the barrier washers and tunnel washers, which is present in the picture here, have a provision through which you can set up these physical barrier, right, making the work easy. But we also do understand that while existing laundries may have certain constraints and may not be able to set up physical barriers, considering space constraints or the equipment, the way the equipment has been laid out and things like that. It is not the most ideal situation, but it's probably a step in the right direction, is to have a functional separation. All right, which means that you are able to keep your soils away from the clean linen as much as possible. As you can also see in this diagram, simple things like your entry point to the laundry facility should be to the soil area, and the linen should then progressively move towards, from washing to drying or ironing, storage area, and then exit for delivery. The other important point that I would want to touch upon is inventory management. Currently, most of us would be using a traditional way of maintaining logs of how many garments have come in and how many have gone out. But if we really want to see if there is an infection outbreak as to where did this infection happen, did it happen at the laundry at all, because that is a very high risk area, we are unable to trace, or track where the linen or the infection would have come from. And RFID, like Mr. Relan, Dr. Relan earlier mentioned, is one of the most suited ways to adopt in a laundry. Okay, how this works is that we can place an RFID tag onto the linen, all right, which is sort of a permanent fixture, and it can withstand the cleaning process, that is the chemicals and hot water, as well as the ironing process, high temperatures and things like that. And it helps you make your inventory management a lot easier. It's only a scan, and the kind of energy and effort that is put into, let's say, counting 1500 pieces that need to be collected from a laundry, with the help of technology, can be made much easier. Now, also, when the linen is traveling through different processes, throughout the laundry, you can even track the movement of linen within the laundry as to if it is in the washing area, or is it in the drying process, or is it getting ironed, is it ready for dispatch, so on and so forth. So right from the linen room where all the soil linen gets collected, giving it to an on-premise or an off-site laundry, the inventory management, traceability, trackability becomes very much easy. And the most important thing is the audit trail, right? Modern equipment give you the flexibility to connect your equipment to a software, which can also pinpoint that this particular garment was, had undergone this kind of washing process, and it was properly disinfected, sanitized before delivery or not, right? Also, over a period of time, the RFID system can give you inputs or information as to, when do you need to replace the linen if it has, lived out its life, or how many power stocks do you need to have actually, to maintain the level of serviceability, or do you need, or do you have pilferages within the system and you have linen that is going missing, and things like that. So RFID, again, a tracking system or an inventory management system needs to be upgraded to modern day levels, which has a lot of benefits on its own. And the last point that I would want to touch upon, remember I told you I would keep it short and crisp, is to have an on-premise lab or a testing facility. Now, why is it important for us to have this? Once we've got the layout right, the design right, we've cleaned all the garments well, we've washed them, ironed them, dried them, etc. We still need to know if the output of the textile that has been processed through the laundry facility, does it meet its efficacy level as well? So as in the previous presentation, Dr. Relhan mentioned that we need to be able to test certain basic things at the laundry itself. For example, let's say, what is the quality of raw water that is coming into the facility? does it meet the required standards for us to, use it in the laundry facility? What is the whiteness level of the linen that is going out, from a quality standpoint? What is the efficacy of operating theater, wearable that is being dispatched? So on and so forth. So these are some of the important criteria which I think from a design point of view should be kept in mind. Also, coming back to nosocomial infections and the physical barrier, right? For laundries, within this document, for laundries that are already existing, we have tried to provide guidelines where you can adopt existing laundries or upgrade them with the help of the guidelines provided to take a step in the right direction. The most ideal would be that you set up a new laundry facility and do things right, but it may not be possible for everyone to do it in the coming years. And this document, I believe, has been well put together. A lot of effort has been put into it. Even the minutest of things have been taken care of. And I would suggest that you should take the time out to review this document, go through it, and come back to us with any questions or suggestions that you may have. Also, I believe a document like this was a long time coming because there are no standardized guidelines, for us available in India. And I am glad that AMTZ is taking a step towards a certification and a scheme like this, which would eventually help the industry at large. I would I conclude my session here. But what I would want to tell you to the medical fraternity from the laundry fraternity, good quality never comes cheap, and it is absolutely important and essential that that the medical fraternity supports and understands that there is going to be some amount of cost involved, and for you to plan your budgets going ahead in a manner where you have quality professionals who can provide such services to you and are not cutting corners, and providing you the right services. Thank you very much, and I conclude my session here. However, I will be available for any question and answers that you may have towards the end of the session, or if you want me to cover any other points from the document here, do let me know. Thank you so much. Karthik, over to you.